Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Today we'll learn how to add or subtract algebraic expressions. So to add or subtract them, first we collect the like terms together and then we add or subtract them. Now, in order to solve these algebraic expressions, it is mandatory for us to be very clear with what are like terms. So I'm repeating it once again. We have learned it in the previous video, but just to make sure that you are getting it, I'm repeating it once again. Like terms were those terms in which the variables were same and also the power of the variable was same, right? If you still have any doubt regarding the like terms, you can go back and watch the previous video, which was Introduction to Algebra Part 2. Now, continuing with the topic for today, which is adding and subtracting algebraic expressions. So the first question says, add 5x plus 7y minus 9z, the first algebraic expression, with 5x minus 7y plus 2z, x minus 3y minus 2z and 3z minus 6x plus 4y. So we are given with 4 algebraic expressions and we need to add them. So as the rule says, first of all, we will collect the like terms. Since we have to add, so in place of these commas, I am inserting the addition sign, right? And in the second step, what will we do? We'll collect the like terms together. So the first term in our expression when we are adding it is 5x. So a like term to 5x would be that term which is having a variable x with a power 1. So 5x and this 5x, these are like terms. Similarly, this x also has power variable x and power 1. So that is why it is also a like term to 5x. Similarly, minus 6x is the other like term to 5x. So these four are the first four like terms which we put them together, which we are putting together. Now, looking at the next pair of like terms, which is 7y, and then there is minus 7y, there is minus 3y, and there is plus 4y. So writing all these four terms again together along with their signs. Please remember, whatever sign a term is having before it, that is the sign of the term, and we need to write that sign exactly before it. So plus 7y written as plus 7y. Then there was minus 7y, so we are writing it as minus 7y. Then there was minus 3y, so we will write it as minus 3y. And at the end there was plus 4y, so writing plus 4y. I hope it's clear. Now coming to the last pair of terms, because there are only three kind of terms with variable x, y, and the third one is z. So there is minus 9z, which we have written over here. Then there is plus 2z, writing it over here. Then there is minus 2z, writing it along with its sign. And then last is plus 3z. Right? I hope it's clear to you. Now, adding the like terms together. So, let's do it. 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 11 and 11 minus 6 is 5. So that's how we get 5x. Now 7y minus 7y, they were both same numbers with different opposite signs, so they get cancelled out and we are left with 0y. Now we just need to solve 4y minus 3y, which is 1y, right? 1y, I can directly write 1y as just y, because 1 times y is nothing but y only, right? Now similarly solving for the z, 2z and minus 2z, they are the same numbers with opposite signs, so they get cancelled out. We are left with minus 9z plus 3z. Now how will we solve this one, minus 9z plus 3z? So please remember, whenever we have to solve two terms with opposite signs, what do we do? Whenever the signs are opposites, like there is minus 9z plus 3z, whenever the signs are opposite, we subtract. So first we will do 9 minus 3, which is 6. And then sign comes of the bigger number. Which one is bigger? Is 9 bigger or 3 bigger? Please do not look at the signs, just the numbers. 9 is bigger or 3? 9. So that's why the answer would be minus 6z. Right. Let's see why I'm saying this is the rule. The reason is, you can check this rule with the help of number line. Like we have to do minus 9z plus 3z. So we'll start with minus 9. Please remember, whenever you have to add, we always move to the right side of the number line. How many steps will move to the right? Because we are adding 3. So we will move 3 steps to the right. 1, 2, 3. So what are we getting? We are getting minus 6. It means our rule is correct that whenever there are two opposite signs, we always and always subtract, and the sign in the answer is always of the bigger number out of the two numbers. I hope it's clear. So our final answer is 5x plus 5 minus 6z. Now moving forward to the next question, which says add x cube minus 1 minus 2y, 2y cube minus 3y and 4z cube plus 8y cube minus 5z square. So again, the first step, we'll put the addition sign in place of the commas, right? Then as the rule says, we'll collect the like terms together. So when you start looking for it, x cube, there is no other term having x cube. So that's why x cube would be written just alone. Now, why I have written y cube after it? Because we write the powers in decreasing order. First we'll write all the powers with 3, then 2, then 1. Because the highest power in this algebraic, in this question is 3. So we'll start with the power 3 and we'll keep on decreasing the powers. If there are more than one term with the power 3, we will write all these terms first. So that's why after x cube, I'll go to 2y cube. So 2y cube I have written. Now, is there any like term to 2y cube? Yes, there is, which is 8y cube. So I'll write down plus 8y cube. I hope it's clear. Now, there is no more term with y cube. So next is z cube, 4z cube. Again, there is no other term in our question having z cube. So that's why the next number I'll be writing is 4z cube. Now moving forward, after z raised to power 3, the power which is less than 3 is 2. So among all the terms given over here, term having power 2 is minus 5z square. So we'll write minus 5z square. There is no like term to minus 5z square, so it will be written alone. Now moving to the terms having a power 1, which is minus 2y and minus 3y. So writing them together, and then there is power 0, means the constant term, which is minus 1. So writing it at the end. I hope you are getting it. Now just solving it like we did in the previous question. X cube, since there is no other x cube term, so we'll be writing x cube as it is. And then 2y cube plus 8y cube is 10y cube. 4z cube, there is no other term with z cube, so it's plus 4z cube. Minus 5z square is also alone, so there is just minus 5z square. 9. Now minus 2y minus 3y. In the previous slide we learned when the two terms are there and there is one positive, one negative, we always subtract and sign is of the bigger number. But here both are negative. What will we do? So please remember, when the terms are both positive or both negative, we always add them. So 2 plus 3 is 5 and sign is always of the bigger number. Among 2 and 3, which one is bigger? 3 is bigger, so that's why the answer is negative 5y. Let's learn about it using the number line. So there is minus 2y, so that's why I'm starting from minus 2. Now they are asking me that subtract minus 3 from it. Please remember, whenever we subtract, we move to the left of the number line. So we'll move 3 steps left because we are subtracting 3. So when we move 3 steps to the left of the number line, we get minus 5. It means our rule is correct. That whenever there are two terms having same sign, it can be negative, it can be positive. Both the terms having negative sign or both the terms having positive sign, we always add them, and in the answer we write the sign of the bigger number. Right? So that's how we get the answer, which is x cube plus 10y cube plus 4z cube minus 5z square minus 5y minus 1. I hope it's clear. Now moving to the third example, which says add 5p square q minus 12pq square, 2p square q over 3 and 6pq square. The only difference in this question is that we are having a fraction. So how to solve such kind of questions? First, the first step is same. Since we have to add, so instead of the commas, we'll be writing the addition sign. Please remember, we can't write two signs together. Like 5pq square needs to be added to minus 12pq square. So I cannot directly write plus and minus together. I need to insert a bracket between the two signs to separate them. Right? Now, so plus bracketed minus 12pq square plus 2p square p square q over 3 plus 6pq square. Again, the step is same. Collect the like terms together. Here the like terms are p square q and here also there is p square q. So these two are like terms. So writing them together, 5p square q plus 2p square q over 3. Now plus minus is minus. We have just learnt about it. Whenever there are two opposite signs, the answer is negative. So that's why minus 12pq square. Like term to pq square is pq square, which is 6pq square. So writing them together, now solving them. How will we solve them? The first two terms, one of the terms in the first two is consisting of a fraction. So how do we solve it? Please have a look at the hint. I can write 5p square q as in terms of fraction, like 5p square q over 1, because it is as same as 5p square q, right? Now making the denominator same. So to make 1 3, I need to multiply it with 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. If I am multiplying the denominator with 3, I need to multiply the numerator also with 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. Now both the terms have the same denominator. So how do we add such fractions which have the same denominator? We simply add the numerators and the denominator remain the same. So 15 plus 2 is 17 p square q over 3. So that's how we get 17 p square q over 3. I hope it's clear. Now solving for the last two terms, which says minus 12pq square plus 6pq square. Again, there are two terms, one is negative, one is positive. The rule says subtract them. So 12 minus 6, we get 6pq square. Then sign comes of the bigger number. Is 12 bigger or 6? 12 is bigger, which is having a negative sign. So in our answer, there would be a minus sign. Right? So the final answer is 17p square q over 3 minus 6pq square. I hope it's clear to you. Now moving to the next question. Subtract 9x cube minus 5x square y plus 7xy square minus 2y cube from 4x square y minus 3x cube plus 6y cube minus 2xy square. So what's the difference in this question? How is it different from the questions that we have discussed earlier? The difference is, in earlier questions we were doing addition, but here we are subtracting. Please focus on this word from. They are saying we need to subtract this entire algebraic expression from the second algebraic expression. Since from this algebraic expression we need to subtract, that's why we have written this algebraic expression first. Now why I have inserted a bracket? Because it's not like I just need to subtract 9x cube from the second algebraic expression. Instead, I need to subtract this entire algebraic expression. So this bracket is ensuring that this negative sign is for every term inside the bracket, not just one term, right? I hope it's clear. Now, how are we going to open this bracket? So bracket means nothing but multiplication. So there is a hidden 1. So basically what we are doing is minus 1 multiplied with 9, which is minus 9. So that's how we get minus 9x cube. Now again this minus 1 multiplied with minus 5x square y. It gives us plus 5x square y, right? Similarly, when I did minus 1 multiplied with plus 7xy square, what I got is minus 7xy square. And at the last, when I did minus 1 times with minus 2y cube, it's plus 2y cube, right? I hope it's clear. Now, in the third step, what are we doing? We are collecting the like terms together. So, the first term was x square y. Is there any term in the step 2 having x square y? apart from 4x square y? Yes, there was 5x square y, and there is no more term having x square y, so writing these two terms together. Now moving to the next term, which says minus 3x cube. Is there any term having x cube? Yes, there is, which is minus 9x cube. So writing these two together. Moving to the next term, there is 6y cube, and here it is plus 2y cube. So writing them together. And at the end, there is minus 2xy square, and there is minus 7xy square. So writing these two together. Now, how are we going to solve it? Let's see. 4x square y plus 5x square y gives us 9x square y, right? Now, minus 3x cube minus 9x cube, as we have discussed in the previous slides, that whenever both the terms that we are adding or are having same sign, like are either they are both positive or both negative, then we always add them. So that's why 3 plus 9 is giving us 12. And we put the sign of the bigger number. 9 was bigger, so there is negative, right? So answer is minus 12x cube. Then we did 6y cube plus 2y cube, which is 8y cube. Again, minus 2xy square minus 7xy square. Both were negative, so we added them. 2 plus 7 was 9. And then we put the sign of the bigger number. That's why it's minus 9. So the final answer is 9x square y minus 12x cube plus 8y cube minus 9xy square. I hope it's clear. Now moving to the next question, which says subtract the sum of 11x square plus 5xy plus 2y square plus 6 and 3x square minus 9xy minus 4y square plus 5 from 8x square minus 13xy plus 14y square. So this question is a bit different. Why? Because they are saying subtract the sum of these two algebraic expressions from the third one. So first we need to find the sum of these two. Then whatever we get, that we need to subtract from the last one. Are you getting it? I'm repeating, they are saying subtract the sum of the first two, this one and this one, from this. So first we'll find the sum of the first two expressions. Whatever we get as the answer, we'll subtract that from this one. Let's see how will we do that. So writing the first two algebraic expressions together, 11x square y plus 5xy plus 2y square plus 6 plus 3x square minus 9xy minus 4y square plus 5. Why I wrote plus? Because they are saying sum. So we need to find the sum of these two. How will we do the sum? Collecting the like terms. So x square and x square. So 11 plus 3 is 14x square. Then as I told you, we write the powers in decreasing order. Means first all the powers with power 2. Then the powers having like terms having power less than 2. And then the terms having power 1 or 0. Right? So now 2y square and there is minus 4y square. We wrote them together. When we solved them, there was plus 2 and minus 4. As we learned, whenever there is one term positive, one negative, we always subtract. So 4 minus 2 was 2. That's how we get 2y square. And since 4 was bigger than this 2, so that's why we put the sign of this 4, which was negative. And that's how our answer is minus 2y square. Right? Now we solve for the remaining terms. There is 5xy. And there is minus 9xy. So whenever either of the term is negative, we subtract. So 9 minus 5 is 4. Sign comes of the bigger number. That's why it's minus 4xy. Now only the constant term is left, which is 6 and 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. So this is the sum of first two algebraic expressions. So the question is saying we need to subtract this sum from third algebraic expression. So writing the third algebraic expression first and then subtracting the entire sum from it. That's why inserting a bracket sign and putting a minus outside it. So that's how we got 8x square minus 13xy plus 14y square minus 14x square minus bracket 14x square minus 2y square minus 4xy plus 11. Again we solve the bracket like minus 1 times plus 14. Since there is no sign before 14, so it's a plus 14, hidden plus. Like we normally write 1, so it's plus 1 only, right? So minus 1 into plus 14 is minus 14. Then minus 1 times by minus 2 is plus 2. Then there is minus 1 times by minus 4xy, which is plus 4xy. Then minus 1 times with plus 11 is minus 11, because bracket means multiplication. Right? Now solving it, collecting the like terms together. So 8x square, there is another x square term which is minus 14x square. So wrote them both together. Then writing 14y square, you can put a tick that we have used this term and this term. Similarly 14y square plus 2y square. So writing them together. Then there is minus 13xy plus 4xy, writing them together. And then we are left with just the minus 11, so writing it alone. Right? Now solving them. Again, one of them is positive, one is negative. So we'll subtract. 14 minus 8 is 6, and sign comes of 14 because it's bigger. That's why it's minus 6x square. Now 14y square plus 2y square is 16y square. Minus 13 plus 4 is minus 9. And sign comes of the bigger number. That's how we get minus 9. And then there is minus 11. So final answer is minus 6x square plus 16y square minus 9xy minus 11. Right? I hope it's clear to you. Please be careful with these kind of questions. Read them very carefully, that we need to subtract the sum of first two from the third. So first we'll find the sum, then we'll subtract it from the last one. Moving forward, the next question says, what must be subtracted from minus p square plus 2q square plus 4r square minus 4pqr to get 2p square minus q square minus 3r square plus pqr. So please do not get confused with these questions. Whatever they are saying, writing it similarly. They are saying what must be subtracted from this. So first we will write this algebraic expression. So minus p square plus 2q square plus 4r square minus 4pqr. They are asking what must be subtracted from it. So I assume that there is some unknown number, unknown algebraic expression that needs to be subtracted. So that's why I wrote the minus sign and inserted this blank box. To get means equals to, means when you subtract this algebraic expression which we do not know from this one, you are getting 2p square minus q square minus 3r square plus pqr. Right? Now how will we solve it? Please focus. We need to find the value of this missing box, right? So please remember, whenever we have to find the value of something, that the sign before that should always be positive. Currently the sign before this algebraic expression, this missing algebraic expression, is negative. How can I make it positive? By shifting its side. Currently this missing algebraic expression is on the left side of the equation. This is the left side and this is the right side. So if I have to make this positive, I'll shift this blank box, the missing algebraic expression, to the right side. As soon as I shift its side, it will become positive, right? So that's how it became positive. Now if I have to find its value, there should be nothing else apart from this missing algebraic expression on the right side. But there are these numbers. So I'll shift them all to the left side. Again, when we shift something from the left to the right side, if it is an addition, it changes into subtraction. So there was 2p square with the addition sign, hidden addition sign. So that's why when we shifted its side, it became minus 2p square. Right? Now, when I shifted this minus q square, it became plus q square. When I shifted minus 3r square, it became plus 3r square. And when I shifted this plus pqr from right side to the left side, it became minus 3pqr. Minus pqr, sorry. I hope you are getting it. Please remember, whenever we change the sides of terms, their sign gets changed. If it is in addition, if it is having an addition sign, it becomes negative. If it is negative, it becomes positive. Right? Now, doing it the similar way, collecting the like terms together. So minus p square minus 2p square. There is no more term having p square, so writing these two only. Similarly, there is 2q square and there is q square, so writing them together. Then there is plus 4r square and then there is plus 3r square, so writing these two together. And at the end there is minus 4pqr and minus pqr, so writing them together. Now please focus over here. Minus p square minus 2p square, both the terms are having the same sign. Whenever the terms have the same sign, be it positive or negative, we always add. So that's why p square is nothing but 1p square. So 1p square plus 2p square is 3p square, and sign is of the bigger number, so that's why the answer is negative 3p square. Next, when we did 2q square plus 2q square plus q square, we simply get a 3q square. Then we did 4r square plus 3r square, which is 7r square. And when we did minus 4pqr minus pqr, again signs of the terms were same, so that's why we add. 4 plus 1 is 5, and the answer is of the bigger number. Answer sign is of the bigger number, that's why the answer is negative. So that's how we get the value of the missing algebraic expression, the missing blank, which is minus 3p square plus 3q square plus 7r minus 5pqr. It means this algebraic expression must be subtracted from this to get the answer this. You can check it on your own, right? And if you have any query, you can ask in the comment box. Now moving forward to the next question, which says what must be added. In the previous one we did what must be subtracted. Now there is nothing different. It's just we need to focus that they are making a minor change, which is what must be added to p square minus 8p plus 11 to get this. Again, no need to think much. Whatever they are saying, write it as it is. They are saying what must be added. So there is a what, it means something is missing. So I inserted a missing box, which means an algebraic expression which we do not know. Must be added, so I put an addition sign to this expression. So I wrote this expression. So I am assuming that this algebraic expression has to be added to the given algebraic expression. To get means when you add these two together, you should get this one. So it means equal to 3p square minus 2p plus 6, right? I am repeating what must be added to this to get 3p square minus 2p plus 6. So I assume that this algebraic expression in the blank box need to be added to the given algebraic expression to get 3p square minus 2p plus 6. As we did in the previous question, whatever missing thing is there, that needs to have a positive sign, which is already there. So it means I need not to change the side of this blank box, right? It is correct on the left side. Second thing I told you was that whatever we need to find, that should be alone on its side. So on the left side, only this blank box should be there. If there are some other terms, we need to shift them to the right side. So shifting them to the right side, how? Let's see. On the right side, already there was 3p square minus 2p plus 6, which will remain there. And this entire thing will get shifted to the right side. So you can assume that like this, that there is a plus before all of them. So when we shift this, because there is no sign before it, so that's why I'm assuming a plus. So when I shift it side, it's minus and everything same. Or we can do it in the other way also. Let's do it the other way to make it less confusing for you, which is like we did in the previous one directly. How? Like when I shift the plus p square, instead of this thing, we can write, when we shift the p square, which is having a positive sign, it becomes minus p square, right? When I shift the minus 8p, it becomes plus 8p, right? When I shift the plus 11, it became minus 11. Now collecting the like terms. So 3p square minus p square, writing them together. Minus 2p plus 8p, writing them together. Plus 6 minus 11, writing them together, right? So let's solve it. 3p square minus p square is 2p square. Minus 2p plus 8p. Again, if one of the term is negative, we subtract. So 8 minus 2 is 6 and sign is of the bigger number. 8 is bigger between 2 and 8. So that's why we got plus 6p. And then there was 6 minus 11. Again, one of them is negative. So we'll subtract. 11 minus 6 is 5 and sign is of the bigger number. 11 is bigger than 6. That's why the sign is negative. So the final answer is 2p square minus 2p square plus 6p minus 5. I hope it's clear to you. So that's all in today's video. I hope you understood it. And if you like it and if you think that it is useful for you, then please do like the video and subscribe the channel so that you do not miss the upcoming videos. Thank you for your time.